What's up, everybody, and welcome to another tasty episode of America's Best Restaurants. Right now, we are in downtown Sidney, Ohio, as we are visiting the historic The Spot restaurant, and this place has been around since the early 1900s. I can't wait to see some of these old-timey, delicious meals that they have in store for us. So let's go inside, have some fun, and as always, get to the eating. We are back here in the pie making station because apparently y'all got some spots only pie.
That's right, all homemade.
Love to hear it, man. So what are you gonna make for me?
I'm gonna make for you a fresh strawberry pie.
Ooh, I love strawberry too.
Okay, all right.
Nice.
So we're gonna start by, we're just gonna clean some, these are fresh strawberries. We're gonna clean, we take the top off the strawberries.
Okay. Now, from what I understand, like, you know, as long as the spot has been around,
Correct.
This is not something that you guys have always done, you know, through the different iterations of the restaurant.
Right, I would say this came about in the early 1950s when the owner, Bob Hepler, introduced the pies to the business.
Nice.
So this was not always on the original menu, like the burgers that you know, see out in the restaurant.
I hope I'm getting a burger later today, by the way.
Okay, all right. And then we've got our homemade glaze here.
Ooh, nice.
Not out of a bag, not out of a can.
And that's strawberry glaze.
This is strawberry glaze, homemade strawberry glaze.
Love it. Wow, that's a pretty color too.
Yeah. And we're gonna put our strawberries in.
Load them.
All situated there.
All right.
Make sure every piece has got nice hunk of strawberries.
Want to cover every nook and cranny with this.
Right. All right. Now we're ready to put the topping on it.
Oh, nice. I love looking at that.
Yeah, the glaze just has a great color and sheen, and it just makes it look. Make sure that all the strawberries are covered.
Nice, nice. Okay, that's looking real pretty. So what's the process after this?
So really all we're gonna do is get them all covered, and then this is just gonna go into the refrigerator.
Okay.
For, you know, as long as they're in there for about an hour, then they're ready to cut.
Now it's time for me to give this a nice taste. That definitely satisfied that sweet tooth I had. Love the strawberry flavor. That whipped cream is amazing too. I love the flavor on this whipped cream. Yeah, I can see why people like your pies, Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. I definitely see, my guy. Well, I appreciate the pie,
Okay,
especially on a warm day like today.
exactly. It's nice and refreshing.
Very refreshing, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think you got a couple more dishes for me. So I want to talk to you more about this restaurant. We're gonna go out into the dining room and we're gonna talk about the Spot Restaurant.
Okay, sounds good.
Now, absolutely. So the Spot, man, this is the Spot, Cook Spot, as I see on the signs and stuff like that. This place has one large history, doesn't it?
Absolutely. So established in 1907. We're not quite sure what the date was. We think it was later in the year, but 1907 on this actual location. There's been a number of buildings. It was basically just, the story goes is that it was the Spot Miller brought his wagon in to sell food off of, and the city did not like that he was selling food off a wagon. So they said he took the wheels off, planted the wagon, and the Spot was born. So that's the legend, is how the restaurant got started. And so over 117 years, we've come to this location. This actual building is 73 years old now.
Oh, wow.
So
that's been around for quite a while itself.
Yes.
Just the building alone.
Yes.
I mean, to have such a location that has so much history, I mean, obviously it's gone through several iterations, several different owners. You've been here since what? Basically the new millennium.
Yeah, 1999, 25 years.
So tell me about, some of the special things about this restaurant scene over the years, because I gotta imagine this place has seen some really amazing things.
Yeah, I mean, we have a picture in the history book of, there was a celebration right after World War I, and It was actually in the newspaper. They sold 18,000 hamburgers that day.
Wow.
So this was like late 1918, 19, after World War I was over. Moving forward, 1950, I think 1950 is when it really, I think that's why the spot is still really here. Bob Hepler has couple famous grandsons, Chad and Rob Lowe.
Rob Lowe, what?
Yes.
Parks and Rec, baby.
Yes. So his grandfather owned this restaurant for 30 years, from 1950 to 1980. And I think it was with his vision. He was very involved with the State Restaurant Association. His son had gone to school for, restaurant hospitality. And I think they knew at that time, you got to know that this was the main route, Dixie Highway going from north to south, but everything started moving towards the highway.
Nice.
And so a lot of the local diners, restaurants closed, but he saw the changes that were taking place and needed to take place for him to continue and stay in business.
Well,
and I credit him, as I look back and see the history and see what he did, his vision really has kept the restaurant alive.
So basically, like, he was almost the standard bearer, for the restaurant to keep it moving forward in the future.
Late 50s, he bought the building behind him, tore it down, put the car hop stations in, because that was the thing in the late 50s.
Yeah.
They're big cars. They drove into the parking lot, ordered, pushed the speaker, ordered. We still have that running today.
You still have car hops?
Yes.
It's 2024.
Yeah, still have car hops.
That is awesome, man.
Same thing. So he was really visionary. I think was up with the changes that were taking place, and I credit him with really the reason why this spot's still here today.
That's super awesome. I mean, you guys have the grandfather of a famous actor who used to own this place. You've had former presidents come through.
Yes.
You've been highlighted several times.
Yes.
I mean, this place is just, so iconic, so historic. What does it mean to the community exactly?
Well, I think it's an iconic place. Usually you talk to people and they come back to town. There's a couple places they have to stop, and this is one of their spots to stop at when they come back to visit. So this is the time of year you see a lot of people that you see that, during the summer, back for family reunions, class reunions, weddings. I mean, people will make an effort to stop in, and it's kind of special.
Well, without further ado, I think it's time for me to get to the eating.
Okay.
All right, now, we already mentioned it, but tell me what I'm looking at right here.
That's our hand-breaded, deep-fried pork tenderloin sandwich.
I'm playing peekaboo with the camera with the pork tenderloin sandwich. Peekaboo. I mean, this thing is just huge, but I'm about to dive right in on this bad boy.
Okay.
Like I already mentioned, great portion size.
Yep.
You're not gonna be hungry after having one of these.
No.
After that, great flavor on the pork. It's simple, but it's good.
Yep.
And that's the thing.
Yep.
It doesn't always have to be like, the most gaudy. It's just simple, good quality, great flavor. I like the fry and the seasoning that's on that breading of that pork tenderloin. That's a really great sandwich to have right there, man.
Great. Good.
And now it's time for me to try the Big Buy.
Big Buy sandwich. That's our most popular sandwich.
Where did the name come from? Do you know where the name came from?
I think it's just, Mr. Hepler, that was the name he came up with.
Oh man, look at that bad boy. Mouth is watering. I'm ready to get my fat boy senses satisfied right now.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Now I know why so many people would tell me this is their favorite thing here.
Right.
That is a delicious burger, man.
Good.
Great quality meat, man.
Yep.
I mean, the chew, that was a good chew right there.
Yep.
I didn't get any like hard bits in there.
Nope.
That was just really great, fresh meat.
Yep.
And then, again, we're talking simple.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Simple, but good.
Right.
And I really love it. I mean, it's a burger with cheese, the bun in there. You also got some sauce in there that's really tasty too.
Yeah.
Michael, thank you so much for allowing America's Best Restaurants to highlight you.
Okay.
I'm gonna go get cleaned up, my man.
All right. Thanks for coming.
Well, I love being here, man.
Okay.
It's just a blast from the past, my guy. Well, guys, I gotta tell you, we had a really great time here at the Spot Restaurant. And first off, I'm a history buff. So I really enjoyed hearing about all the historical happenings and the timeline of this amazing restaurant, sitting down with Michael and talking about this place's history in Sydney. But we can't forget about the food. That Big Buy burger slapped super hard, and I really loved that breaded tenderloin sandwich, and that strawberry pie was to die for. So if you are ever in the area of Sydney, Ohio, make sure you make your way on over to the Spot Restaurant. I'm Theo Williams for America's Best Restaurants. Hope to see you.